podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Bigre will look to pick it up and he'll go on here. There's two up here, Bradford. It's Bigre. He's got to make this count. It's Bigre. It's 1-1. You'll see a somersault now. You'll get a double.
City till I die. City till I die.
Right. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. And welcome to Colchester United versus Bradford City pre-match chat with myself, Johnny. I've got lovely Diane and I've got lovely Stan here as well. How's it going, Stan and Diane?
Very well, thank you. How are you guys?
Oh, I'm not too bad. I think I'm getting that stupid cold again.
So, hope you are very well, pair of you. And let's start off with some post-match derby chat. And what are your thoughts on it? We'll start with Stan and then Miss Diane.
Yep, very good. I kind of posted on the day, and I posted after last Saturday. We had 3 of the 4 best footballers in the club on the pitch on Tuesday. He changed the tactics. It was last Saturday was awful in terms of just the tactics, but changed it round and actually played some football, and it worked. Very good performance. McDonald, Bobby, and Chapman were superb, as were the rest of the team. To be fair, really good all-round performance against obviously a decent derby side, and thoroughly deserved the win.
100% agree. And Diane, what's your thoughts on that?
It was a good game. Cold, like Stan said, yeah. The players, Chappers, McDonald, Pobby, all played well. Ash Taylor surprised me. He played well. Stubbs was scoring the goal as well from Harry's corner. They all played well. I think because it was a better, higher team, we played better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I went to the game and I'm going to say, I know I tried to find you, but I couldn't see you.
Because I changed my hat.
Oh, you changed your hat?
I changed my hat from my pink hat to my grey and pink.
Oh, what catastrophic.
I know I keep getting told I can't change that pink hat. I do. Everybody sees me. They go, we know where you see if you wear your pink hat.
So on our thoughts on the game, we played pretty well. And the safe standing, we should get that at Bradford City. It was lovely. It were nice. Bumped into Miss Callie there, so that were lovely. And I just thought we played well. And when Ash Taylor slipped in the last minute, I had flashbacks to Forest Green Rovers. I thought, oh no, he's going to get sent off or give a penalty away. But on this podcast, I know I like to slag off Ash Taylor. So here we go. Ash Taylor, I am sorry for slagging you off. You actually played pretty well against Derby. Keep the good work up.
Yeah, he did, definitely.
And we are joined, hopefully, by Mr. DJ Lee.
Yeah. How we doing? Can you hear me?
I'm all right. I can hear you, mate, loud and clear for the first time in 2024.
Yay!
You are coming through sound
There
as
is
a
a
pound.
god.
So, what were your thoughts on the Derby game?
Pretty much in line with everybody else. A much improved performance from everybody, Ash Taylor included. Doyle had a good game, although, yeah, he didn't have a lot to do.
Do you think?
But what he did.
Do you think he milked it when he went down?
Yes.
Actually, I got asked where my voodoo doll was when he went down. You put your voodoo doll away.
I thought we deserved it, and I got score right as well. 1-0 makes a change.
We'll come to your voodoo doll in the next 5 or 10 minutes. So, anyway, nice to see everybody is back, including Mr. Stan. I have missed you. Not in that way, but I've missed you on the podcast. I know we've been missing each other quite a few times, so I'm glad you're back, Stan.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Just had some times where I've been little bit busy, so just kind of was able to kind of join tonight, and I'm happy to join. So yeah, thank you.
And so we've got a special guest here today. She's currently celebrating her 60th birthday.
Johnny.
That is mean. You never say a woman's age.
I think she's about 18. She's about celebrating her 18th birthday today.
He's put a post on Facebook today, and everybody thinks I'm 60.
I've seen it, Callum. That's why I didn't put your age, because I'm so nice, you see. I know what it's like.
To be fair, I didn't put your age, though. That was a thing what got posted about 12 years ago.
Well, revenge is sweet, Johnny, so just watch this space.
So, birthday at 30 for Kelly. I'm looking forward to some pictures rocking up on Facebook at some point. So, Kelly, what is your thoughts on the Derby game?
I thought we played really well. We had a reserve team playing against a very good Derby team. He put the proper team out for Derby, didn't he? So, I think we did really well. And it just makes me more think that Bobby Poynton should start normal games, because he run round that pitch like a little Rottweiler, and he thoroughly deserved the man of the match.
For sure.
So, because we've got a bit of a list here, so I'm going to
Chapman
hopefully
didn't
stick
do
to this
bad
list.
either.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Unfortunately,
Chapman
going
is-
over on his foot.
Yeah, he's got a nibble now, hasn't he, Chapman?
Oh, he is.
Yeah, Chapman is a very good footballer, and he's very much underappreciated last season from the City fans. His work rate is phenomenal. Bearing in mind, he's been out for a long-term injury as well, and he played really well. It's very difficult, isn't it? Because you've got the four best footballers in the club: Jamie Walker, Chapman, Bobby, and Big Kev.
Football brains, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And there is no reason why minimum 3 out of those 4 should be starting or shouldn't be starting.
Totally agree. Couldn't agree more.
I think like I was so frustrated last Saturday because in the past I've gone away from games and listened to post-match interviews from the likes of Stuart, the likes of Mark Hughes, and thought we were watching the same game. And I like Graham Alexander, but I don't get that just yet. And also, that's not to slag him off, but it was just kind of like he obviously found a winning formula with his team, but he didn't have a plan B for that game in which sort of we were 2-0, but just throwing on Derbyshire and the big man Oliver, rather than actually look, you've got creative players on your bench. What we were lacking was creativity, and that was evident on Tuesday, definitely.
For sure.
So, I was going to move on to the pre-match chat with Colchester, and I'm going to take a big breath on this one because I like to do this part pretty quick, because we're going to 6:30. We've started a little bit earlier today, so we're going to have Diane is going to go through the draw live at 6:30. And also, if you are listening on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or other social sites, you won't be able to hear it on Twitter, I'm afraid, but on Facebook you'll be able to hear it. I'm going to have actually Sky Sports in the background. So while Diane is chatting away, I'll mute myself and Sky Sports will be playing in the background, so you can actually hear it playing out live. So, Colchester vs Bradford City, 3 p.m. tomorrow, January the 13th, 2024, 3 p.m. at the John Saves Community Stadium, with the referee Scott Simpson and a couple of stats on Mr. Simpson. Shame his first name's not Bart, but here we go. So, EFL trophies, had 4 appearances, 23 yellow cards. He's dished out a second 1 yellow card, he's given out 2 penalties. In League One, he's had 4 appearances, 13 yellow cards, 1 second yellow card, and 1 straight red, no penalties. League 2, 8 appearances, 47 yellow cards, 4 second yellows, no red cards, 6 penalties. FA Cup, he's had 1 appearance, 4 yellow cards, 1 second red, and 1 penalty. In the EFL Cup, he has 1 appearance, 4 yellow cards, and he's not dished out. Altogether, he's had 18 appearances, 91 yellow cards, 7 second yellows, 1 red card, and 9 penalties. And everything's popping up at once here. Bradford are currently 14th on played 26 games, -2 goal difference, 34. We've got a game in hand as well. Colchester are 22nd. They've played 27 games, goal difference of -17, 24 points. They've also had a new manager of the Cowley brothers, pronounce that right correctly. Their leading top goal scorer is Joe Taylor. He's scored 12. So what's everyone's thoughts on the game tomorrow, the team? And we'll start off with Stan, because we've not heard him in a while.
Well, you know what's going to happen, don't you? Just based on their league position and our sort of tradition of kind of record against. I mean, that aside, I think it'll be interesting to see how Alexander lines up and whether he kind of reverts to type that he's been playing in the league, and if he plays 2 up front. Obviously he'll be going with Tyler Smith alongside Andy Cook, which would mean that it would be basically the same formation that we've played, and which would mean that there's only going to be probably room for Clark. I don't know if he puts Clark Ottawa back in, but where's the creativity going to come from? So it looks like he's probably going to lump it up. My view is that you can get the best out of that team with a different formation, and actually we've got a squad that can actually play football, and with him kind of his emphasis on kind of being more forward looking, we can still incorporate the quality playmakers in the side and still play effectively against other sides. So I hope he goes for that, but I suspect he'd probably revert to type.
Okay, and who else have we got? Where is it? There it is. Diane, thoughts?
I hope he plays Bobby tomorrow, with Bobby having a really good game on Tuesday night. Bobby needs to start again. And you never know, he might play Harry Chapman in midfield with Smallwood and Gilead. So you never know what he's going to play. But hopefully we can continue now. We've got that game under our belt as a win. We can continue on a winning route. But like Stan said, you know what we like about bottom of the table teams.
And what about yourself, Lee?
I think, and I'm harking back to Derby game, there's a lot of players did themselves a lot of good in that game. I'd love to see Poynton start. I don't think he will. I think he'll come on off at bench if he's picked. Chapman, I don't know about his foot. Is he fit? There's been I know has he missed a bit of training? I think I read somewhere. But if he's fit, I'd love to see Chapman come in for Adore and Adore revert to bench, because he's just got, as Stan said, he's just got that football brain, and I think he could do a job there. And I'm interested to know about the defence, how it fits in with our new goalkeeper, Sam, who's played with Ash Taylor before. Should be seamless.
And what about yourself, Kelly?
I completely agree. I'd love to see Bobby Poynton score and start. Did he not change his position at Derby game? Did he put him more as a winger?
I think he changed. I don't know if I'm correct in what I'm saying here, but by all accounts, they changed to 3-4-3.
Yeah. Which seemed to suit him, and he was making proper hassle for the other player, the opposite team down that edge where we were. So yeah, I think that we're going to have the curse of the they're near the bottom, which we always have. And they've also got new managers in, which is always... Most teams always win, don't they, when they get a new manager, 9 times out of 10. I hope they don't, but yeah. And
So-
it'd be nice to actually give Sam Walker a nice warm welcome tomorrow. I'll certainly be there to do that.
So just to field everybody with confidence, just looking at the heads-to-heads, Colchester have won 5 games. We've drawn 6 and we've won 4. So going back to 2020, because there's absolutely loads, we finished 0-0. March 27th, 2021, we won 2-1. December the 8th, 2021, 0-0. April the 19th, 2022, we lost 3-0. August the 16th, 2020, we lost 1-0 again. March the 4th, 2023, we won 2-0. And August the 12th, 2023, we won 2-1. So that's fielding everybody with much confidence.
That mark last year is when that 9 minutes extra time, added time, and Cookie and Banksy scored. That's the right one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And so, because we've got about 10 minutes or so plus. Yeah. So, this is a question for Diane, because I know you love this player. Sorry, for goalkeeper.
Hello.
So this is Diane's therapy session, because Diane loves Harry Lewis. So what's your thoughts on Harry Lewis, Miss Diane?
I was a bit upset when he went yesterday, obviously, because one of my friends, somebody who I work with, husband who's a Bradford fan, said, "How's Diane feeling when she's on the roof at work?" Jokingly. But I did feel a bit down and everything. But then you've got to think that he's saying that we'll hopefully be meeting you in League One next season. More likely be beating us in League Two next season. But I wish him good luck, and hopefully he does well for him. But it'd have been better if he'd gone to anybody else but Carlisle.
Yeah, because like the Carlisle situation, apparently Jake Young's been linked with them as well.
Yeah.
But like, I agree with you on that, Diane, and I don't know what other people think, but Carlisle, anyone else but Carlisle.
Yeah, I've just been told on Twitter this morning by telling me to change my profile picture because he's not our player anymore.
Don't listen to him. If you want that, you have that.
Don't listen. Yeah.
Who said that, Diane?
This Carlisle fan.
Wow.
Oh, he's not your player anymore, so don't you think you better change your profile picture?
Would he just try to wind you up, do you think?
I don't know, but I got annoyed.
Yeah.
Are these the same Carlisle fans who've been trying to force a rivalry for the last 8 months?
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, they have no friends, have they? Let's face it.
Yeah. There's nobody near him, have they? So they have to rivalry with us.
And when we pass them going up and they're coming down, we can just laugh at them, can't we?
Again.
But plus as well, when that rumour came out on Wednesday, I was at my dad's, and my dad says, "Well, why is he going there? They're bottom at team. You'll be playing them next season, and in a couple of seasons we'll be playing it National League."
I couldn't believe that he went. I just, like you say, any other team but Carlisle, it's just...
Yeah.
What does that say about... I'm sorry to say this, but what does that say about Harry's ambition? They're struggling. They need a keeper. That ain't going to change the other 10 players on the pitch, is it?
No.
Yeah. So looking... no, we're going a little bit off topic here, but I'll just quickly get the League One table out, because we love a bit looking. So Carlisle are currently 23rd in the league.
Yeah, that's what
played 26. They've won... they've only won 4 games. They've drawn 8, lost 14, goal difference of -17, and they're on 20 points.
Bloody hell.
So he's left a club, I know, not brilliant. I know recently we've been the Titanic and things go worse and we try to fix it. But I personally think Carlisle are going to get relegated next season. And I think we're going to see Harry Lewis, because I know Bradford won't get relegated. Some miracle, if we're bringing players, we might go up. But part of me's thinking we're going to stay in this league next season, get rid of the crap players, and hopefully and probably we'll see Harry Lewis back at Valley Parade doing some shocking kicking and catching.
Yeah. Only trouble with that is I wouldn't like people I know some will boo him and everything, but I know probably, I don't know if people will boo him or whatever.
I don't think they will. I know we've had other players. I mean, he's been a good player for us, hasn't he?
He has.
He was a character as well, wasn't he? So
yeah. So I don't think he'll get a bad reception, if I'm honest.
I hope he doesn't.
I don't think he will.
I don't subscribe to all that stuff, but
because we've had.
I think people were annoyed because it just showed a lack of ambition, not just from Addy, but from club to let him go. But he won't. He's not been right since Barnsley thing, has he? That's been said, and he just hasn't.
The one thing I'll say, guys, is that, like I've said this for a long time, but the only player that's a kisser badge is Bobby, because he's a Bradford City fan. He's Bradford through and through.
Right.
He will go on to, better his career, and I'd love it to be with us. But that kid, when players are basically saying, "Oh, they love it at the club, they can see themselves here in 5 years," and then basically he would have gone to Barnsley at the first offering, and then he's gone to Carlisle at the first offering. That for me kind of says, well, you weren't that committed.
I don't think he
really.
Was. I don't think he was.
And it's kind of like, and I just find all the badge kissing and all the sort of the kind of sort of the social media stuff. I think, take it with a pinch of salt, because, and it's end of the day, it's his career.
They're trying to convince, don't they? How many people? Here's a point to ponder. How many people aren't back and wish Pickford well? Still, every Bradford City fan is loving the fact that he's England's number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And we set him on that road, didn't we?
We did, and he got slated. Couldn't catch a ball. I can remember all of what were going on. Didn't command his area. He was too quiet. And now he's England's number one. Didn't do bad, did he?
We've had, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, Satan Inc. has replied, Carlisle might get relegated, but they're better run the club than our circus. We never know what's going on at the club, do we? To be fair, no one knows. This is why we all Bradford City fans. It's a roller coaster of ups and downs and side to sides, and no one's bigger than the club. No. I know the City event was discussing yesterday, and just to say it is absolutely 100% probably rumours at the time, and probably is now. Apparently, we have sold Lewis and also selling Young due to, I think, direct loans or something, or they're trying to get direct loans in.
Yeah.
But they'd rather sell them than do it. So you don't have a clue what's going on at the club at the minute, but just get people's thoughts on that, really.
Well, if you think of it, if there is a gap in the budget, sacking Mark Hughes and his team have added to that. And if we end up this season where we end up in mid-table, low mid-table, whatever, and people weren't happy with Hughes, you could have saved yourself like £500,000 and not sack him, let him run his contract out. Because what for me, I like Alexander. He comes across really as a decent bloke, but you can tell his style is very different to Hughes. So it's another summer of clear outs, there's aggression, there's no. There's just going to be get rid of a load of players and then play a different style, and it's been exact same thing since since Rupp and Ryan have come in. But before that we've kind of done that anyway. But until Parky sort of started to build, season on season. But it's just I agree, guys. It's just such poor management, and there's no plan. There's absolutely no plan, and I keep referring to Darren McAntony. He's got a vision and he's sticking to it. And we're bringing on young players, we're selling them on, and we're sticking with these young players. And and the fans will have to put up with it. And he kind of, and that's it. This is the DNA of the club, whereas we don't have that in this club.
So going back to Harry Lewis, we've had another person reply, and Rigger North Sea. I think Lewis wasn't we all thought, and I think GA wanted him out. Barnsley deal definitely turned his head. No fuss, pumping the crowd, no content after the game or funny interviews he used to give. I think the sacked off Hughes was the final straw with the club, and that were from, but one of them were from Rigger, the North Sea, and the other one were Satan Inc. I agree with you on that one, North Sea. If someone comes in for you, say, I'll take Callie for example, who works at a local Morrison's. So, Callie, say Sainsbury's comes and offers you X amount of money. It would turn your head, wouldn't it, from Morrison's?
Yes, it would.
Right. Do you know what? Do you know it's funny you said that, because just before Christmas I did get offered a job at Sainsbury's, but they didn't offer me any more than I'm getting now. It was just like a sideways step. So I didn't take it because I've been with Morrison's a long time, and it kind of, I was scared of the new, because I think it would be just the same shit, just a different shop, basically. So I don't get why he's gone. I really, because he were a fan favorite. I don't get what his thinking is. Has he got family in Wales? Is it to do family wise, or I really
when did Carlisle go in Wales?
Sorry, I've been in Cardiff. I've had
She's been on Prosecco since 12.
Probably, it sounds like it.
Sarah, Callie's been spending too much time
with a few glasses of vino.
Callie's been spending too much time with Wrexham, who did that map on the documentary.
Yeah,
definitely. No,
yeah,
but
right. Have you got family up there? Do you know what I mean? I don't get what is. I really don't get it.
Plus, as well, I've heard his girlfriend's pregnant as well. He's expecting a baby.
He is on his girlfriend. Sorry.
His girlfriend.
Miss Diane, have you got your iPad ready?
I have got my Sky Sports on.
Right, yeah. So in the next 2 minutes or so, I'm going to hand over to Diane. I'll mute my son. Also, if you are listening on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, or any other social site, you'll be able to listen to it live. I'm going to hopefully plug in Sky Sports News. Obviously, I can't show it, but I will do the voice so you can listen to it that way.
Yeah, they're just on the adverts at the moment.
Whoops, been attacked by a chip.
Yeah. Hey up, hold on. I heard a plate drop. What you cooking?
Eating?
Who's eating? Lee, what you eating?
Fish and chip Friday. Fish and chip Friday. Who knew?
What you
Fish
having?
And chips.
I mean, you having peas, curry, gravy?
Neither. No, just plain fish and chips.
Is Stan having his fish fingers?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Fish finger. I'm a fish finger fan.
No, I've had chicken drumsticks tonight.
Ooh.
I cannot make a decision on what to eat, and saying that, I've been. What did I have yesterday? I had something. Oh yeah, I made myself some really nice beef burgers, like from scratch, making myself basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, what's
and what's that?
You know what's
exactly,
in them,
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. Right, guys, I think the draw's going to be on in a minute because I've got the nice shiny trophy on the telly.
Ooh.
Right.
Soon be ours.
So people who are listening to on obviously Facebook, Twitch, and other social sites, you'll be on a bit of a delay while this comes out. So I'm going to mute myself, and I'm going to hand you over
to me,
to our newscaster, Mr. Diane.
Listeners, no lamppost.
To Diane in the studio.
Oh, thank you. Right, it's been split into the northern and southern sections, which we know. Come on, will you hurry up? We just need to know who Bradford get. 10 hours later, they're busy yapping away. Oh. I wish I'd stop yapping away and just get this draw done. Come on. Yes, we know. Right, we're
This is
ball
better
number
than-
3 anyway.
Good luck, Diane.
Thanks.
Who's in the draw then?
Blackpool, Bolton, us, or Doncaster or Wigan. So I'm just waiting for him to nicely draw them out. Because it's still the northern section. Oh, I wish they'd hurry up.
Is it ball number 3, Diane?
Yeah, ball number 3, yeah. Blackpool's 1, Bolton's 2, we're 3, and Doncaster or Wigan are 4.
And I wonder if you can imagine getting Doncaster again. That'd be mad, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we can have them Doncaster at home.
Yeah.
Oh, but they've got to beat Wigan yet.
I'm hoping for a home game.
So am I. Oh, they're rolling the balls around. Please give us a home draw. We've got a home draw, guys. We're at home, which I'm happy about. And we play Doncaster or Wigan, Callie.
Oh, I knew it.
There we go, guys. So it's going to be Blackpool and Bolton. So Blackpool are at home to Bolton Wanderers. And
So
that's
we've
all we
got-
need to know.
So we've got Doncaster or Wigan.
Yes, at home.
When do they
Well, at least
play?
it's
When do
not
we
Bolton.
find out?
Week beginning 29th of January, I think. Do you want to see who gets who in the southern section?
Why not?
Yeah, because we're going to Wembley. We need to know we're going to be at Wembley, don't we?
Yeah, ties to be played week commencing January the 29th. So next week we will be keeping an eye on the Doncaster and Wigan score, won't we? See who wins that.
Sure.
For sure. Let's see who gets who in this quarter-final draw for the southern section. Oh, Right. So, Peterborough or Crawley are at home to AFC Wimbledon. Come on, get these balls out. That sounds so disgusting, but never mind. Number 2, Brighton under 21s are at home to whoever with the last ball. Wickham. There we go. Draw's been done.
I'd like Brighton in the final, I think. If I could choose.
Yeah, under 21s.
Yeah.
At Wembley. Yeah, definitely. I think that's a good draw for us to get Donny or Wigan at home. We deserve it. So,
Yeah, I think we could do well against either of them at home.
of course we will. Definitely. So there you go. That concludes the draw, as we usually say.
I think it's good that it's a home draw, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
you potentially get a decent enough crowd, and yeah, very
Yeah,
good.
I'm glad it's a home draw because I wanted a home draw.
Will we get a decent home crowd, though, if it's that cup?
Might be if it's
No.
Doncaster.
We'll probably get about, if we're lucky, about 800 fans.
But
Even
then
more,
again-
possibly.
You'll probably
Doncaster
get
should
those
bring
that
you.
that haven't been going,
They need to have
Yeah.
them cheap, though. They need to have them proper cheap, like a £5 or something.
like a tenner again.
Yeah.
Yeah, or yeah, just a £5, but £5, £10.
It
Right.
depends who we get. But there you go.
Thank you for that, Miss Diane.
It's all right.
Right. So I know we touched on it earlier with Harry Lewis.
Yeah.
Sorry to go back to it again, Diane.
It's all right.
But
I'm
we're
getting
going to go
over it.
back. Going to go back to. So we're going to do 2 for 1. Transfers in and out, and obviously the Jake Young situation. So, what's your thoughts on transfers, ins and outs, and the Jake Young situation? And obviously, we'll go from Stan, and we'll go all the way across to Callie. So, start off with Stan.
Well, you kind of having to take Alexander at his word in terms of like the injury situation, because if you think of it, I don't trust the board, and I mean nothing against Young wanting to move away if he wants to better himself, but the fact that he's pulled up with an injury It's kind of like, is he engineering a sort of a move away? Because for obvious reasons, even if he's on the bench for us, that means he can't play for another club this season. So my view is, I suspect Adams would like to at least try him out. Probably, instead of like Tyler Smith up front with Andy Cook. But I think it depends on what the club's intentions are. And at this point in time, I'm not sure the club's intentions are aligning with what the fans' intentions are. So I would say it depends solely on what he wants to do. If he wants out, he's injured, isn't he, until the end of January? And if he, and the club may basically, may want to cash in as well.
What's your thoughts, Dan?
For the transfers in and out, what my thought is on the out transfer, but we're getting Sam Walker, like Callie says, let's see how he plays tomorrow. I think he'll do pretty well tomorrow because he's will come in. Jake, obviously, nobody knows what's happening with Jake Young. So are they going to bring anybody else in? But we'll just have to wait. It's one of these where you have to wait and see because he got rid of. Is it a Coco back to Aston Villa? Is he going to send the rest of the loan players back? We don't know.
So with Okie Koki, I don't know how to pronounce his name correctly. He's staying at City on less terms. That got confirmed a while back ago, so he's staying. Just see what you're saying. With Jake Young, I think Graham Alexander's right. I think he's injured. But part of me wants him on the bench on Saturday, tomorrow. So then if he does come on, then he can't play for anyone else. So it just puts everyone's minds at rest. Yeah. Transfers ins and outs, I know we've gone it through absolutely loads of times on here. The team need to overhaul completely. Some of them are not good enough. Some of them are good. And on about Poynton, he should get another 5-year deal or something like that just to sort his contract out. And that's my thoughts. Lee?
Yeah. Keep Poynton, definitely, at all costs for now. Longer term contract, anywhere between 3 and 5 will do. Okefenokee, don't know about him. I don't think he'll come back for some reason. I think it's already been said that he's talking to Rayan Tulloch about going back to his club. No's happened yet, so until end of January, we're all in the dark, really.
Yeah.
Letting Lewis go, I think it's a politics thing. Coming in, who's available.
Sorry, Lee, I didn't mean to jump in over you then. Right. Sorry. I think it's had, of all the thoughts of the comings and goings in January, none of us had Lewis going, did we?
No.
Something's happened though, I think, Stan. And I think so this is just my thoughts. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys and girls, but he's did very well in the last couple of weeks and probably months. His kicks are not being good. His passing's not being good. It's just not being himself.
See that in his body language is just...
Did anybody see that interview with Paul, that manager up there, Paul Sampson, whatever he's called, I can't remember, saying that they've known about Lewis's availability for the last few weeks?
That won't surprise me. I didn't hear it, but that won't surprise me at all.
The club's probably touting. Yeah. I think the club's touting. I think you're right. I mean, he's not been right since the start of the season. He was amazing last season. He did. He was one of these what I would class a promotion keeper, definitely last season. But whether that's he's not got over it, and a lot of players didn't, and his form he's been very average at best, and I don't know. Around the time Hughes was sacked, I kind of had a look at all the goals, from all the highlights and stuff like that, and he was at fault for half of the goals we conceded. Him alone, And then, with Stubbs' poor form at the time, there were times where the centre halves were, and you wouldn't have even thought he was capable of that last season, looking at his form last season. But this season, and it's things like a lot of his errors have come at the start of games. If you remember, if you go back to the, his positioning at walls and the lining up of the walls at free kicks, also at the start of games, and now there's Chris Packet hands at Tranmere.
Yep.
And it's kind of, but also like the recent games, the Colchester one that was early in the game, the Donny game where he basically gifted them, and it's all at the start of the game, and the MK Dons where his poor touch, and then he basically a throw-in or a corner that he conceded from basically, and it's lack of concentration, and you have to think his whole mentality. How is he kind of? Where's his head been? Because obviously his focus, there's something in that where his lack of concentration at the start of the games has basically cost us points or cost us like, sort of like defensive positions in the game. So, on his form this season, I'm not bothered, but I know he's a very good goalkeeper, and he's going off of last season's form. He's absolutely fantastic goalkeeper for us, and so you're 100% right in that his body language, his mind or whatever has not been on it, and I don't wish the lad any ill will or anything like that, or anything like that. But just going off of what you guys have said earlier, it does seem like a little bit of a sideward step, because it's like he should be pushing for minimum top of League One at least. With his ability, take this year's form aside, he should be pushing minimum for that, really.
Yeah,
for sure.
agree with you on that one.
I think
just
somebody's giving him
being
bad
like
advice,
himself.
or maybe we don't know what advice he's getting from his agent.
So, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just not appearing at bottom of the side for a strange reason. Yeah, so obviously Harry Lewis is gone. We've got this new keeper, Sam Walker. Oh, have we had
2 Walkers in the team. Lookout League.
Yeah, Lookout League. You've added Kelly back. That's good.
I have.
Yeah,
That's been nice.
Yeah. So I'm going to admit something. In my frustration, I rang Radio Leeds up the other day. I don't know if anyone heard it. So after basically we scored the third goal, I left the ground, got in my car, and started driving home. I did not know we finished 4-2 until it came up on the radio. So I did not really see how the last goal got conceded, but I was fuming. I had me head up my ass, shall we say, and interrupt. So I don't know if I've cursed it or not, but
I think you have.
Just to see how Sam Walker gets on against Colchester tomorrow. I will be there at the game, so if you want to ever come and chat or out like that, I'll be there. I think Callie's there as well, aren't you, Cal?
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow.
I'm unfortunately.
Are you going, Stan?
No, I'm not. I'm struggling to get at the moment for time, so.
Yeah, right. So, Jake Young situation. I know we just tipped the tip of the iceberg before. So, what's your thoughts on Jake Young? Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? Or you're not asked? And just basically stand and work away to Kelly again?
Well, I kind of, as I mentioned before, I think it boils down to 2 things: whether he wants to either engineer a move or similar, or whether the club is going to engineer a move, because it's very difficult to kind of accept that he's come back training and then within like a short space of time he's basically pulled up in training. It seems to me that it's kind of like he's. I imagine he probably doesn't want to stay.
Diane?
I'd like him to stay, but like Stan said, he probably doesn't want to stay. We're even being sent out on loan. But then again, that were under Mark Hughes. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with him coming back. Is he going to train with the guys? Has he trained this week? Does anybody know? Because he pulled up last Friday, wasn't it, that he pulled up when he went back?
So on about that, I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently, is it Michael Flynn, who used to play for us, is a manager at Swindon? He was saying basically he's been playing him injured, and he's been basically running him into the ground because they've had no fit strikers.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So part of me's thinking it's like 60% it could be true, whereas just the poor lad's been knackered. If you overwork something and keep pushing it, eventually it'll break down, won't it?
Oh yeah.
So I think personally that's what's happened. I think they've just he's broken down, injured in training. Lee?
Well, in a vain attempt to be the voice of reason, I wish we could get him playing. We haven't seen the best from him. He didn't get a fair crack of the whip before he went. They didn't take him to Spain. That's bound to have pissed him off, to be blunt. I just want to see it best from him because I think he could be a big part of this team if we're going to get back into playoffs. Potentially, might even his automatics out of reach, the way we're playing, possibly. But you never know in football. You just never know.
Kelly?
After watching the Jake Young goodbye speech he did to Carlisle, no.
Swindon. You've definitely been on the boom.
Sorry.
She's definitely been on the booze.
I apologise. After seeing that exit interview, to me it looks like he didn't want to play for us, 100%. I think he was gutted that he's had to leave Swindon. But I would like to see him play. I'd like Stan said, I'd like to see him play up top with Cookie, and I'd like to have Poynton assisting. That's my ideal.
Where's he from? Is he a southern lad?
He's from, didn't we get him from Forest Green Road?
I mean,
he's local.
He's local, is he?
He's local.
Yeah.
I think he's from like the Guiseley-ish. He's very much a West Yorkshire lad.
Right.
He sort of, I think he played either on loan or at some point in his early development at Guiseley, or whether he's from like around.
Let me have a look.
Just being talking old guy, I remember a player that came from Millwall, Darren Treacy, that just went back to Millwall because he were homesick. Then he ended up out of football totally. I don't know.
Right. Jake Young was born in Huddersfield and he moved from Shelley Juniors to Guiseley in 2017.
Well, at least he didn't go air coursing with who was it, did he?
No.
No, I think whatever happened between him and Hughes. I don't think it was between him and the club. So I think that, bearing in mind that we've got rid of Harry Lewis, or the club has been willing to let him go, I think if anyone, I imagine I'll take Alexander at his word, and basically kind of he would like to see him and try him out. But I think that it's being dictated by the club, really, in that respect. So it boils down to I don't think we'll. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, and if I am wrong, and he kind of plays, I hope he has the same form he's had for Swindon. But I don't think we'll see him again in the City shirt, unfortunately, and that's a shame.
That you're probably right, but I just have this feeling that if there is half an ounce of a footballer in there that wants to push his case, maybe for close season or something like that, the rest of this season, he could put himself in a massive shop window because everybody's watching Bradford at the moment.
Yeah, but it boils down to you can only play for two clubs in a season. So,
but he can play for us because he's our player.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about. I think there's an element of like there is an element of player power in terms of them
There
kind
is,
of engineering.
unfortunately, and agent power as well behind that.
I think it boils down to the club's intentions. If the club don't want to sell him, he's going to be a Bradford City player. He will play. If the club do want to plug this gap, then he's not going to play this month, and he will basically be gone at some point in January, unfortunately.
So before we just go back to Young a minute, we've had Rigger North see again. He's put a comment in just saying Ossie Debe out, Oliver out, return all the loans, bar Tompkinson. Yeah, I agree with you on that. And like with the, did anybody look at that goodbye video and thinking, what the F is going on here with this? It's like they were celebrating like they've won the Premier League, Champions League, Carling Cup, FA Cup, Johnson Paint Trophy. They're treating them like bloody legends. It just made me chuckle. Like, what the hell's going on here with this?
I think that's down to just the media team, really. I think that's probably the face of modern football, and that's probably maybe a precedent that's been set. I didn't watch it because I'm not into cringe, so I'm kind of I don't know. I think like a media guys kind of put that in front of him, because I think Swindon are they're having their own issues, and they're probably in some ways trying to placate their fans as well.
Yeah, didn't they put the best beats on as well, their best goals as well, the Swindon Town media team.
I don't know. I didn't. I mean, like I say, I'm not interested in Swindon, so
yeah.
Right. We're going to move on now. We've got last 5 or 6 minutes. So this is Callie's favourite part, and I think it might be Stan's favourite part. I know Stan's not been here a while, but this is Johnny's weather forecast for the Colchester game. So tomorrow it's going to be cloudy. Chance of precipitation is 10%. Temperature, the highest it's going to get 5 degrees, so you need your big coats. The sun is going to set. The sunrise at a minute to 8. The sunset at 4:11. So it's going to be 4 degrees, 5 degrees. Yeah, so you need to take your big coats and scarves. Right, and then now we're going to go on to Stan's favourite bit. I know he's missed this part. Score prediction time. Stan.
2-0 to Colchester.
Okay. Any goal scorers, or any?
Apologies to Colchester fans listening. No, I don't know anyone.
Diane.
I think it's going to be 3-0 to City.
Goal scorers?
Bobby Poynton, if he's playing, Andy Cook, and I'm going to say Gullyhead because he's getting near that goal.
Lee?
Well, I did say 1-0, but I would love it to be 2 or 3.
Goal scorers or goal scorers?
I think Cook is going to get himself on sheet. Poynton, I would love to get on and score. I think he needs a goal to get him going again.
And finally, Miss Callie, if you've managed to put your gin down / Jaegers. I know you've been probably partying since 12 p.m. this morning.
Do you know what, I am? I was mucking horses out at 5 o'clock.
Oh.
So then I've come home and started. So yeah.
I know that's going to come down.
Well, I need all the help. Winter time, I need all the. Could do with a few barra boys down here helping me.
Yeah.
Oh, my knees just gone. Oh, my knees. Yeah, I can't make it.
I'd definitely help with the horses, Callie. You know me.
I know you would. I'm going to win. I'm going to go for a win tomorrow. And do you know what I think? Because Sam used to play for Colchester, didn't he? The new goalie.
Yep.
I think he's going to have something to do with a goal tomorrow. I've just got a feeling, because we always get something, don't we, with ex-players, that there's normally some controversy about the ex-club, and I think something's going to happen with him.
Let's hope he takes tomorrow. A penalty for us and scores.
Absolutely. Or bangs one in from halfway line or something, yeah. I think something like that's going to happen.
Yeah, you've definitely been drinking.
I can think positive, Johnny. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but goalkeeper scoring from his own half.
As long as we
Win it.
keep it to 0, I don't want going back all the way. I want defence.
No, it'd be nice. It'd be nice for him to keep a clean sheet as well, wouldn't it?
Defence is on top
Yeah.
there. It's not a great ground for City to play at in Colchester.
And I think Bradford City are probably going to win. I'm going to go 3-0. I'm going to go Andy Cook 2. And if he does play, Mr. Young's going to score. Right, guys and girls. You know what to do next, don't you? Right. I'm going to say thank you, everybody, for joining today. And happy birthday again, Miss Kelly. I might buy you a Bovril if you're lucky tomorrow. I hope you've enjoyed the pre-match Colchester versus Bradford City chat. The podcast is also live on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeart, and Pandora. Yep, you heard me correctly. We are going global. If you like also the chat and stuff, also come and join us at Bradford City Up the Chickens on Facebook. That's also the name of the podcast. Also, it went down so well last week. I gained quite a lot of followers. If you just want to stop what you're doing now, open up YouTube, search Bradford City Up the Chickens on YouTube or Braysoj1, BRAYSOJ1 on YouTube. Hit the like button. I'm currently at 444. I'm nearly there to get to 500. Thank you again for everybody listening, and you're just basically chatting along and helping us with this podcast. And hope Bradford City win tomorrow up the in Chickens. Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
Looks to pick it up and he'll go on here. There's 2 up here, Bradford. It's Beagree. He's got to make this count. It's Beagree. It's 1-1. You'll see a somersault now. You'll get a double.
City till I die, city till I die. I know I am, I'm sure I'm Bradford City till I die. Oh, Bradford City till I die. Bradford's made our day, and hey, it's gonna stay. The boys have brought us glory days. Hip hip hooray!
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
If you're a maintenance supervisor for a commercial property, you've had to deal with everything from leaky faucets to flickering light bulbs. But nothing's worse than that ancient boiler that's lived in the building since the day it was built, 50 years ago. It's enough to make anyone lose their cool. That's where Grainger comes in. With industrial-grade products and dependable fast delivery, Grainger can help with any challenge, from worn-out components to everyday necessities. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.